What's up, happy people, and welcome to the third spotlight on South Baltimore on Facebook Live. As always, we are excited to talk about all the great things that are done at the Employment Connection Center in South Baltimore. And as you guys know, it's part of the Career Center network of the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. And today we are also going to be highlighting a variety of businesses and community partners in our South Baltimore footprint in the coming months that have great opportunities in the midst of everything that's been going on. We're starting to hopefully wind down a little bit from the COVID. Things are going back to normal. Actually, the center is open, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, and we're taking folks by appointment. So we're really excited to get to some kind of normalcy. If you can, please comment, like, and share this video on your Facebook pages, and this will help your family and friends who may need a new job, or maybe they're looking for training for a career change. And we're also going to talk a little bit about our job club. I have 5 or 6 businesses that are actively looking in the South Baltimore area, good paying jobs. So if you know anyone, yourself or someone's looking for a job, stay tuned for that. My name is Bill Carnes. I'm your co-pilot for today. I've been with the agency for about 15 years, and I'm a business service representative. So I collaborate with South Baltimore businesses, and plain and simple, I get them job seekers to the jobs, and we pre-screen, do all that stuff for free. I've worked with a lot of great folks. I used to be up at Mondamin, working with the ex-offender population up in West Baltimore. Still love it up there. Did that for 13 years back in South Baltimore. And, you know, judging by the number of phone calls that we're getting, people are anxious to get back into the center. So hopefully we'll be able to see your smiling faces soon. One of the folks that I work with, I'm going to bring on today that does a fantastic job as far as training. Been with the center since it opened up. Mr. Greg Hunt, what's going on, Greg?
Hey, what's going on, Bill, man? How your day?
You staying out of the heat?
Always, man, always.
So talk to me a little bit about your history with the agency and all the good stuff that you do at ECC.
Nice. Well, I've been with the agency a little over 7 years now, but been at the Employment Connection Center since 2015, since we opened, and love it here. I love helping Baltimore City residents, especially in South Baltimore. It's like my second home now. I'm just working in the communities, and my primary job is not only to assist with job seekers with employment, but to really get them into training opportunities and using grant funds and state funds to help Baltimore City residents, especially in South Baltimore, to get into training opportunities so they can get the gainful employment that they're seeking.
And I'm telling you what, you do a great job.
Thank you.
You help a lot of people, man. I've seen it in action. Lots of good training. And you know, the cool thing is once folks are finished the training, we get them jobs. So Absolutely. It works. It's Absolutely. A good model, and it works pretty well. So what's up, Mr. Keene? How you doing? That's one of our folks that works with us. How you doing, Ahmed? So what we're going to do is talk just a real brief history of the center. You know, for those of you who have seen the show before, I'm not going to, you know, talk about too much about the slides, but the center was opened up. If Antonio can go to slide number 2 and enlarge that for me. Hold on one sec. There we go. So basically, just a brief history, the Employment Connection Center, they did a survey, Baltimore, trying to figure out, you know, when the Horseshoe Casino came in, there was a need for some kind of employment center to aid the citizens in the area. It was done around 2015. There was a group as part of the contract that Horseshoe got. The center was established, and that's when you first came. You started from day one, right, Greg?
Yeah, yep, day one. So,
and when they did the survey, I mean, that area that we're in, there's a lot of established business. There's manufacturers there. People do transportation. Of course, we've got Harbor Hospital. We've got UMMS. So we've got healthcare in the area. We have construction companies. So there's a lot of thriving businesses in the area. So Absolutely. The goal is to try to get people that live in the area to these businesses and pre-screen.
Absolutely.
So we like to say that we're the best kept secret in the area. We're very conveniently located. Actually, there's a bus that drops you off about a block away on Wycomico Street. For those of you who don't know the area, we are about 2.5 blocks, 3 blocks away from the Horseshoe Casino. Mm-hmm. And again, we're connecting with local area residents, Cherry Hill, Brooklyn, Westport, Pigtown. Who am I leaving out, Greg?
Lakeland.
Lakeland, of course, because we got Lakeland coming on. I can't forget Lakeland. All right, next slide. So again, we were designed to serve South Baltimore job seekers. We do, and Greg's going to talk about this a little bit later on a slide, but there's lots of different services that we get because not everybody's quite job ready. Yeah. So Greg definitely helps when someone comes in, they're not quite sure what they want to get, the resume's not quite there, we help them with that. Mm-hmm. All right, so letting everybody know, this is a live update. We are open. We're doing limited in-person appointments. So all you got to do is call the phone number, 410-396-1052. Say, hey, I need to see Mr. Greg. I need to see Mr. Bill. I need to see whoever, and we can set up an appointment for you. We're still doing, we do a little combination of teleworking and in the office. And we're going to be in the office quite a bit in the summer, you and I, Greg. So you can definitely see us. We send out job leads every week. We still post our jobs on the Maryland Workforce Exchange. We still have a job board. There's lots of avenues for you to find employment. Greg, let's talk about our core services, talk about our job seeker side.
Yeah, let's talk about that, the job seeker side. So as far as what the ECC service and what we offer career guidance and counseling to all of our job seekers, computer literacy training. We also help with resume and interview preparation. We have tons of job readiness workshops to help you with your soft skills and job retention. We also do screening for occupational training, so we can look at to get you qualified for grant funds or get you into pre-apprenticeship training so you can get the training that you're seeking for to help you with your career path. And we also refer for adult literacy, such as South Baltimore Learning Center, if you're looking for getting your high school diploma. And then we also help with job search and placement assistance. Bill, talk a little bit about what we do with the employer side. You're on mute, Bill.
Once Greg comes to me and says, hey, I got a good person, what I try to do is I try to match them up with my employers. So for the employer side, we are a free service. We're like a recruiting agency. We're going to get you good folks to the jobs. And we all know if you're an employer out there, it's hard to get people to, number one, show up for work and do the job. Our folks are job ready. We do the best we can to make sure they post. It's a little bit different circumstances out there right now. We still have a little bit of no-shows we're working on, but for the most part, our folks do a fantastic job. We help with pre-screening referrals. If you have a job posted, I'll put it in the MWE for you. I can help you with tax credit information. I will surely let you know if you're not paying enough, because that's something that we're really pushing. We're trying to get wages to be strong. I will say, in the area that we're working in, there are some businesses that we had to just little elbow here, little punch here, try to get them to get their wages up, or else they're not going to be able to compete.
Yes.
And so that's been working. I mean, I can tell you, Holly Poultry over in Southwest Baltimore, they've stepped up their game. They're doing a fantastic job. Horseshoes raised their wages. Quite a few of these companies have gone up and stepped up a little bit because they realize if they want to get talented folks, the old methods of, them posting, they got to come up because people will leave for 50 cents an hour. So that's been working also. All right, next slide. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to talk to one of our employers that we've been partnered with. Great partner. To me, I grew up in South Baltimore. It's South Baltimore General. One of my kids was born there, so I have a little special place. I actually worked there when I was 18. Love Harbor Hospital. I was in the dietary. And so we're going to bring on my buddy Matthew Trojanoski, and we're going to talk a little bit all the cool things that they're doing over there. What's up, Matthew? How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome. So just talk a little bit about your experience with Harbor Hospital, Medstar in general, and then we're going to talk about we got to talk about 2020. 2020 is not quite, and all the challenges and things. And the other thing I want you to talk about is how you are getting into the community. You're trying to, hire folks from Cherry Hill and Westport and Lakeland and all that good stuff. You are really stepping up to be a good community partner. So tell us about all the great stuff that's happening at Medstar, Matthew.
Yeah, absolutely. And first and foremost, thank you so much for the opportunity to join you today. Very happy to be here. So I can speak, I'm still relatively new to Harbor Hospital. I've been here for about 7 months. But one thing that has really been sort of immediately apparent to me is that, Harbor is really a people-focused organization. It's focused not just on, the associates that work here, but also members of the community and members of the community, not just as patients when they need services here, but also how do we provide meaningful employment opportunities to folks in our surrounding community. And so in line with that, we've really, as you said, Bill, have been really working to strengthen our partnership with ECC and finding ways to look to recruit folks from the community for various positions that we have in the hospital. We are we're always pretty much recruiting for positions here, and they range through a wide variety of roles, including phlebotomists, patient care techs, environmental support associates, food and nutrition, nursing assistants. And, while each of these positions, they have sort of varying minimum requirements, one thing that we've heard from the community and from other folks is that experience is often a barrier to entry into work in healthcare. And so we are looking for creative ways to give folks employment opportunities that may not have significant experience in that particular field. So one example would be phlebotomy. Most employers like to see phlebotomists have some level of experience in the role upon hire. The challenge is folks have a hard time getting that experience in the first place because many of the jobs require the experience up front. So we are working on what we're sort of calling a phlebotomy pipeline that would really give people the opportunity to gain hands-on experience while working at Harbor, so that they can get the requisite experience of phlebotomy, and then ideally move through sort of a progression, whether it be here or some other Medstar facility, towards employment as a phlebotomist. And so, we're really excited about that because it's great for the community, but also we have a huge need for phlebotomists throughout the system. It's one of the most in-demand positions in healthcare right now. And so we're definitely excited about that pipeline and ways that we can, engage folks. And that's just one example. But, certainly we're looking at how do we open up more opportunities? How do we make sure that we're, as a people-focused organization and sort of in line with our mission and values, attitude is everything. We're looking for folks with the right attitude. As you can imagine, it's a very stressful environment, and oftentimes attitude can be as important, if not more important, than experience. And so I would say, even if you've applied for something with us in the past and it didn't work out, or you were told you didn't have, adequate experience, try again. Make sure you're highlighting your attitude and then what you bring in terms of attitude and hard work, and that really can set the tone for the entire process of recruiting. And as our recruiters, screen applications, they often send out communications. So I would also just, highly recommend be on the lookout. Regularly check your spam folder if you have email, because timely response to those communications is often really important. But we do find a lot of times that emails from our address sometimes get marked as spam. And so I always suggest, if you submitted something and you haven't heard anything, check your spam folder just to be safe. Make sure it didn't land there, and get back to the recruiter as soon as possible. But so that's sort of where we are right now, and definitely hoping that we're returning to a sense of normalcy from the height of COVID. But everything's sort of a day by day right now that in terms of COVID. So, but we're hoping that we're certainly moving in the right direction.
Awesome. One of the things that I thought that you guys were great. So as you know, Greg has a program where we can get folks phlebotomy certification, multi-skills, CNA, GNAs. But the issue was the nursing board was way backed up in the certifications, and people had finished and had the requisite hours, but they didn't have the certification. I want to thank you guys for still taking those folks and putting them under consideration, because otherwise, they were in limbo. They just couldn't get, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They still
Yep.
needed to work.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for that. if you can, talk about the process to apply. Is that back to normal? Do people just apply on your website? You call them in for interview? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so it's sort of returned to normal. It kind of varies by department a little bit, but certainly the first step and the most efficient way is to apply, on our website for any jobs that you're interested in. You'll create an account and fill out an application that you can then use to apply to, multiple different positions, and then that goes to a recruiter who then sort of screens applications and then reaches out based on selecting people for interviews. Interviews that are still really mostly being done virtual right now, with some exceptions. I think we'll have to see sort of if that changes over time, but at least initially virtual interviews have worked well, and they've actually been more convenient for applicants. And so we're hoping that we'll be able to continue to offer that option in the future. But then so you would go through the interview process, and then there would be sort of a selection process where you would again hear from the recruiter and go from there. But definitely step one, head over to our website and fill out an application. It's careers.medstarhealth.org. And there you'll see employment opportunities, not just for Harbor, but for all Medstar facilities in one location. So, Medstar is a huge system, so lots of opportunities here, not just within Harbor, but also all of our facilities throughout the area.
So actually, I have a couple questions from the audience while we're talking. Do you know if there are any registrar or IT positions available?
I don't know specifically off the top of my head, but I'm going to say there's a good chance that there are.
Okay.
Those are fields that we're typically recruiting folks for, and definitely I would be.
And Matt, can you mention all your locations since you're part of the Medstar network, so everybody can know that?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of hospitals, we have Medstar Harbor Hospital, and then also close by is Medstar Good Samaritan Hospital, Medstar Union Memorial, and Medstar Franklin Square. Also within our area, you might see various Medstar Medical Group physician practices that are also part of Medstar. So those are typically private physician offices that are associated with Medstar. Also, you may see Medstar Prompt Care, which is our urgent care centers as well. And then we also have hospitals in the District of Columbia at Georgetown and Washington Hospital Center. But we sort of, the Baltimore hospitals we sort of speak of collectively are Franklin Square, Harbor, Good Samaritan, and Union. That's sort of the northern region of Medstar that we look at collectively.
Okay. And are you guys back to doing any kind of outreach to try to reach out to the folks in South Baltimore specifically? I know Cherry Hill you get a lot of Cherry Hill folks, of course, because they can walk to work.
Yeah.
Westport, pick down Lakeland. Are we back to doing any community outreach, or that's on the docket soon?
Yeah, it's on the docket, and so as we look at outreach, one thing is our community health program sort of got revamped recently, and so they're looking at ways to engage the community from a wellness perspective and so forth. But entailed in that is also how do we outreach to let people know about positions that we have that have good wages and good benefits and so forth, and so that's definitely part of it. I think now that we are less encumbered by COVID. That was it was all COVID all the time for a period of time. And our goal and one of our primary goals still is to get as many folks vaccinated as possible. But, so that was a large part of our outreach for the last several months. Now that, we're in a better place with that, and hopefully we stay in a better place with that, we can start to focus on many of those things that we were doing pre-COVID in terms of engaging the community and so forth.
Right. Greg, would you like to add anything?
Oh, that is some really good information. I do have some ideas in mind, but I'll collaborate with you, Bill, on that, especially with the phlebotomy. I got a great idea. But no, that's really great information.
Well, Matt, I think around the middle of August, we're going to be, hopefully we're going to get the green light to do on-site recruitments. We would love to have you at the center. I'm sure we could get a nice group of folks. We do get a lot of CNA, GNAs, phlebotomists. Michelle, and that's one of my folks out there we both work with, already sent the resume out to you. So we really want to make sure that we get our folks out to you. So hopefully we can do a recruitment at some point in the coming months. Anything else you want to add before we let you go?
No, I appreciate it and look forward to further collaboration. I love any exciting ideas about phlebotomy. So it's definitely a position we're constantly looking for. But it's not the only position. There's lots of positions that we're looking for, and any way we can collaborate, we're happy to do so. And so just appreciate the partnership and also the opportunity to speak with everyone today.
All right, Matt, appreciate you. We'll be seeing you soon. Have a great day.
Sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome, Matt.
Take care.
Thanks.
All right, just an example, and I can tell you, Greg, the cool thing with Harbors, we went to them, they were asking for folks, and we went to them and said, hey, we have people, but there's issues because of COVID, and it did work around. So slowly but surely, but I'm going to put this out there. We've sent people to them. We need our job seekers to do follow-up. We had some people not showing up for interviews or not updating their resumes. For some reason, I know COVID messed a lot of people up. Number one, people are sending resumes with outdated information. We got to make sure that when we send that out, everything's up to date, because otherwise they're not going to be able to reach you. Employers, it's not like the old days where somebody's going to call you 3 or 4 times. They're going to call once and move on to the next person. Mm-hmm. So please make sure all your information is updated. And again, hopefully we'll be doing an on-site recruitment somewhere, probably maybe late August, September. I got my fingers crossed, and then we can get back to normal. So next portion of the show, this is all you, Greg. We're going to talk about all the cool training opportunities. Then you got a guest you're going to bring on from the Lakeland Community Association. So take it away.
All right, absolutely. So let's talk about the training opportunities first. So we have occupational training. The Employment Connection Center, we assist a number of residents with a number of opportunities as far as training that led to gainful employment, especially in the South Baltimore Gateway economic sector. And some of the training types that we offer are individual training accounts, which we call them ITAs, customized training, which I know you worked on, Bill, with the deconstruction area, and then we had the pre-apprenticeship training. So those are some of the training opportunities that we offer people. Now, some of the areas in training that we focus on are in the manufacturing field, like welding and CNC and fabrication, transportation warehouse, CDL Class A, CDL Class B license. The healthcare field, we focus on, as y'all just saw, we had Harbor Hospital on here, the multi-skilled med tech, pharmacy tech, CNA, GNA, medical billing and coding, and I think it's one other. And then we have construction for our pre-apprenticeship training and deconstruction, and others like IT, accounting, and bookkeeping.
Hey, Greg, one thing I want to talk about, some of these trainings you can do pretty quickly. Like, for example, how long is the CDLB class?
So the CDLB typically takes about 2 weeks.
That's fantastic.
To get through. And as you know, Bill, on the employer side, there's a lot of opportunity for the driving industry.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to talk about that later. That's why I brought that up. You can get a B in 2 weeks. I've got so many. In fact, I'm partnering with the city. So I'll be talking about that later. Please take advantage of that. You live in South Baltimore, we can get you free training. Talk to Greg. Please talk to Greg.
So now we're going to share some of the vendors that we partner with for the training that provide the training for us. So Baltimore City Community College is one of our training providers. The James Add-on Resource Center is another one. That's a great training provider. They up in the Northwest area near, not too far from Mondawmin. Towson University, one of our new partners, 160 Driving Academy in Allstate, where they do the commercial driving for us, and CCBC, which is Community College of Baltimore County, is another great partner of ours. They do a lot of stuff in the healthcare field, and then Prescalis, they do the IT portion training for us. So I do want to feature 2 programs that our agency is working with heavily on, and it's the Hire Up program. We are accepting application for this training opportunity, and the Hire Up program is collaborating with city agencies to have Baltimore City residents to be able to have opportunity to work in some city agencies like Parks and Recs and DPW. But I want to highlight some of the opportunities with Parks and Recs. We have the Shake and Bake. They have some opportunities. the Rawlins Conservatory, front desk position, and the Myers Pavilion as athletic assistants. And then we also have another opportunity with Higher Up, where we accept the applications with Downtown Partnership as a cleanup court ambassador. So it's real simple. They are city agency, temporary city agency jobs. They pay about $15 an hour. It's about 35 hours per week. Just being a Baltimore City resident, and just kind of going through the process. If you're interested, please give us a call because they're still looking to fulfill some of these positions. So now I want to bring up a special guest, the president of the Lakeland Association, Miss Pam Oliver. She's been a great partner since day one, since we opened up, doing a lot of collaboration over the years in the community in Lakeland, and also her sending us people that's looking for job opportunities. So I want to take any of her thunder. I want to introduce Lakeland Association President, Ms. Pam.
What's up, Ms. Oliver?
Hello, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Good.
So basically, like Gregory said, I am the president of Lakeland Community Association Partnership, and we basically are looking after our community and surrounding community. So we also are part of SB7, and there are 6 communities combined together. It's Lakeland, Cherry Hill, Mount Widen, Brooklyn, Westport, Curtis Bay. I think it's all 6. So basically, we're doing a Lakeland Community Festival on August the 14th from the hours of 12 to 8. From 12 to 8, we're going to have from 12 to 6. We have different people to come in, like for instance, the mayor station with Gregory Hunt to offer job opportunity. We also going to have Matt Lift there to prove shores of how they're going to use this train to run through the community from Lakeland. We're going to build it in Cherry Hill, but they want to use the station, and it's a train, with a fast train, the Metlift, going from Baltimore to New York for about 20 minutes, something like that. So we're working on that project with Metlift. And also we have other vendors coming in, Metlift. We had Medstar, we had the health department, and other people will come there and offer different information, also with the jazz in the afternoon. So the jazz is going to start from 6 to 8 and be all types of culture music. We also have Spanish dancing, Spanish food, taco, and other things that they offer. And we're allowing trucks to come in, vendors to sell food after the event is over at 6.
Awesome. And this is for, is this for any communities in the surrounding area?
Yes, it's open to everybody.
Nice. And if they wanted to get more information, who should they talk to, or who should they contact?
Contact me, Pamela Oliver. My information is on Lakeland Community Association Partnership. You also can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, and I do have a email account. And my email is lcap@gmail.com.
Okay. And so I know that I will be there in attendance, and I'm looking forward to another collaboration, because I know I've been to one of your events before in the past, and they are well put together. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one coming up, and it's August the 14th, right?
Yes.
August 14th. That's a Saturday. I believe that's a Saturday, and it's from 12 to 8.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Is there anything else would you love to share?
No, come and be with us and share the day with us and get some opportunity. There will be a job fair there along with Mr. Gregory, and he gonna offer you a fair job and tell you more about the mayor office, how they are doing employment. So it's a great opportunity for all to get involved. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on, Miss Oliver, and I look forward to having you on again. Anytime you want to share about what's going on in Lakeland and other events that surrounding your areas, please don't hesitate to come on or share information with us.
Thank you.
All right. So So good stuff. I know I'm looking forward to that. I definitely will be there for that event. And
that's going to be your first on-site community station event in what, a year and a half?
Yeah. So looking forward to it. Yeah, absolutely, man. Get some good tacos and stuff. She said
there you go. Nothing wrong with free food.
So
all right, awesome. So I'm going to transition over to let's talk about some jobs, Greg.
Yeah,
see
man.
what we got going on. And again, we're going to see some familiar faces on there. I'm always working with a lot of these companies. Hopefully now that restrictions are being lifted, I'm going to start getting out in the community and knocking on some doors. I know there's a brand new brewery off of Austin Street. I'm coming for you. There's a coffee company coming, so there's definitely some places I'm going to be hitting. But of course, first one, we got to start with Horseshoe, because we wouldn't be here without Horseshoe and the great folks over there. They're always they're ramping up, and they have lots and lots of openings. They need, of course, academy dealers, cashiers. They need people to do cleaning. That's the EVS attendant. They need people to do cage cashiers. Lots of restaurant help. There's some really good restaurants in there. They need front of the house and back of the house folks. They need security. So it's all across the board. Shoot me a resume. I'll pre-screen for them, and then I can put you right on the website, and we'll get you an interview. And just a reminder with Horseshoe, if we can get the next slide. They're always doing academy dealer training. It's every month. You don't have to have any previous experience. It's 4 hours of class. The classes are 4 hours a day. They have different class times. So if you're working during the day, working at night, that's flexible. It is a 6-week class. They are paying you for the training. It's $11.75 for the training. If you become a dealer 90 days and you completed that training, after 90 days, you get a $500 bonus. And if you hit a 1-year anniversary, they'll give you a $1,000 bonus upon completion of your first year. And of course, you'll get a certification from CCBC once you graduate. If you have any questions or you're interested, just shoot me an email. All right, Chet, my good folks at Chet, I just sent somebody over there this morning. That's one of our pallet places over in Cherry Hill. They're right off of Waterview Avenue. I want to say hi to Chuck Bruce over there. This is one of my great ex-offender friendly places. Just for my justice involved folks, they do not do background checks. However, they do drug tests. So keep that in mind, because you're using power tools. And what you're doing, if you look at the graphic there, you see a bunch of pallets. You're putting the pallets together. You got a nail gun, boom, boom, boom. You're putting pallets together. It pays from $16 to $19 an hour. And you're probably saying, well, how do I get to that 19? Be fast. It's all about production. Be fast and safe. The more pallets that you produce in an hour, the more money you're going to make, because it is a production-based position. And we have folks there that are picking it up really fast, making 18, 19 bucks an hour. Very conveniently located. They're right off the light rail. You can go to Cherry Hill stop. It's a block and a half away. And they have first and second shifts. Again, very background friendly. Buckware, my good friends over in Southwest Baltimore. I want to say hi to Alex Velasco. He is begging me for people. That's a TShirt Warehouse company. They're right, like I said, right near St. Agnes, about a block and a half away. There is public transportation right near there at the business park, right off of DeSoto Road. What you're doing is packing T-shirts and sending them out for shipment. Buckware is one of the largest T-shirt manufacturers on the East Coast. They have contracts with Bass Pro Shops, with Ford Motor Company. Anytime you see a Maryland shirt, something has the Maryland flag, they produce that. So they have a lot of shirts. You can go there right in person. It's located on 2900 Cowan Avenue. They're doing interviews usually between 10 and 3. Just go right in person. They are going to give you a math assessment test, because everything's done in dozens. So make sure you know your multiples of 12s. Really nice place, good benefits. Like I said, you can just walk in and get an interview. Ask for Mr. Alex. Spin, my good folks at Spin, they're right over on Austin Street. We've been hiring for them also. Everybody sees the orange scooters around town. That's who Spin is. There is a city ordinance that says the scooters cannot be left overnight. So in the morning, I need people to drop the scooters off to their various locations. In the evening, I need people to pick up the scooters. It's a pretty simple job. Everything's done by GPS, 16 bucks an hour. and all you're doing is driving a box truck. The box truck is provided by Spin. And I also need mechanics over there. If anybody, and we're only talking about real simple gears, if you can fix a lawnmower, a leaf blower, you can fix a scooter. And they're paying 18 to 20 bucks an hour. And again, these are one of my companies that are background friendly. If you're interested, shoot me an email. And then all I got to do is I'll send you the app right on your phone, and you can just do it right on your phone. Boom, we'll set up an interview for you.
Hey, Bill, what's Spin? You just need a regular driver's license with
just
that.
Need Class C driver's license. You're driving a 12-foot box truck, regular seat license.
And you rode one of those scooters before, man.
I did. I rode I've ridden them several times now. The first ride was a little bump. I rode around in the parking lot of the office. I think Dobby, the office manager, was having a heart attack. Didn't want me to crash, but we came out okay. But they're fun. Yeah. I mean, and I'm telling you, they're fast, and they'll get you to point A to point B.
There you go.
Scooters are pretty cool. But they've probably hired in the past 3 years about 40 to 50 people, the vast majority being just as involved. And my folks really do like that company for the most part.
Nice.
Holly Poultry, and I talked about them earlier. They're one of the companies that have really stepped it up during the pandemic. They've raised their salaries. So for those of you who don't know, they're located in Southwest Baltimore. It's a chicken processing plant. And what they do is you're cutting up chickens. But that's not what I'm hiring for. I'm hiring for Class A drivers. They are desperate for truck drivers, Greg. And here's the cool thing. And this is talk about a company that's being flexible. It used to be because of insurance companies. If you got your CDLA, you had a hard time finding a job because you didn't have experience.
Correct.
Companies and Holly Poultry definitely being one of them. In fact, they're doing a job fair today till 3 o'clock. So if you know where Holly Poultry is and you got Class A, get over there. They will take you right out of school. And the other thing is they're background friendly. You can't ask for anything more. They're giving people opportunities. You don't have to, have 6 months to a year to 2 years experience. And Greg, you teach people how to. We've got CDLA classes, don't we?
Absolutely.
So that's a cool thing. You can take Greg's class, and if I'm not mistaken, CDLA usually costs about $10,000, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, it's an expensive school. We're paying for it, and then once you graduate, guess what? I can send you right to Holly. Start off making 21 bucks an hour. I do see out in the audience, Shona has a question. She has a provisional driver's license. Yeah, you can actually do the Spin job with a provisional driver's license. They will let you drive a box truck with a provisional. So, all right. But Holly, need Class A's. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Medstar, my good friend Matt. It's a couple of the jobs that he talked about. Just want to make sure I'll put the website back up, careers.medstarhealth.org. This is just a small sample of the jobs they have available. If you go on the Medstar website, there's probably about 40, 50 positions out there. I'll look. I know someone asked about IT. It may not be at Harbor Hospital, but maybe at other locations. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of security. I do occasionally see IT. I do sometimes see medical coding and billing. You name it, they've got it on there. And as you can tell, Matt's more than willing to partner with us, and they need folks. The hospitals are begging for people right now, and the wages are very, very competitive over at Medstar. All right, great. Back to you. What's happening in Sobo? Tell me all the stuff. Any pig races in August, man?
No, not this time, man. Not this time. But we're going to talk about some stuff that's going on in the community, and so people can be aware and take advantage of some of these resources. So the South Baltimore Gateway Partnership, they have some information session on some grant opportunities. So they have some upcoming support sessions on Tuesday, August 31st at 5 p.m. They have a grant the grant applications closes. So on the 27th, 5:30 to 7:30, it's a virtual South Baltimore Gateway Partnership Community Grant Information Session. It's a link there, and it's really to help people to learn how to write these grants to get the money they need to help in their community. So it's very, very important that you want to attend some of these events, especially you want to get the funds that you need to support the communities and things that you want to do in the community. Also on Thursday, August 26th, from 5:30 to 7:30 is another virtual community grant drop-in clinic virtual drop-in session questionnaire before, any question you might have before you want to submit the grant. There's a link there below to be able to register for that event as well. And if you have any other questions or concerns or any other information you want to know about, there's a link as far as HTTPS, the whole thing, South Baltimore Gateway Partnership.org/community-grants. Check it out because it's really good information. All right, so another thing that we have going on in the community, in the South Baltimore community, is Bid Time in a Box. On Wednesday, July 21st, 1 p.m. in Cherry Hill Homes, Seagull Avenue Pavilion, Bid in a Box. They have materials, tools, and training to establish a comprehensive bid time routine for parents that have children from the ages 0 to 5 years old. So if you want more information about that, it's an email, Ms. Erica Goodrich at habc.org to get more information. So that seemed like that's something very helpful.
Man, I needed that about 20 years ago, man. I never slept when I was raising my kids, man. That is a cool thing for new parents out there.
I know, right? All right. And then next we have the UMBC Choice program is in need of school supplies for the annual Jam and Slam Back to School event. And that's going to be in Cherry Hill this August. So if you want to know how to donate, you can you can email the person, or you can call Rebecca Henry. You see the number there, 202-731-6443. And that is a great event that will most likely will be there in attendance as well, just to support and offer other resources. But they are looking for school supplies to have during that back to school event, and that's the University of Maryland, Baltimore arm. And okay, Bill, I think we coming to the end here.
Yeah, and I see TC's out there. How you doing, TC? And she's asking the question that everybody's asking me, Greg. I hear this every day. Mr. Bill, I want remote. Everybody wants remote right now, especially in clerical. I can tell you that the employers I'm working with, some of them are often the combination of you're doing some telework. It's sort of like what we're doing. We telework 1 or 2 days when we're in the office, but pure remote jobs, man, they're being snatched at. They're tough to get right now. And I know everybody wants them because everybody got a little taste of what it was like. You know what I mean? But, keep in touch with us. I'm always on the lookout for that. But right now, as far as that, what I do have, it would be a combination where you would be in the office some and also, especially for like customer service positions.
Mm-hmm.
So TC, if you're interested, just call the office at 410-396-1052. I'll be happy to talk to you and let you know what's available close to the area. Again, you can call us, you can email us, ecc@oedworks.com, or just if you want assistance, you can use our form, which is the Moab Baltimore City Gov Assistance Request Form. You see the link right there. Man, are we at the end?
I think we are, buddy.
Wow, that was pretty quick. So again, Greg and I are going to be in the office quite a bit in July and August. So if you have any questions, please contact us and come in and see us. We're doing appointment only. We're generally doing appointments from 10 to 2 o'clock. And I'm going to tell you, I got lots of work and Greg's got lots of training. So please come see us. We're going to check you in. You still have to wear masks. I do have to mention that we're still taking precautions. We want to make sure everybody's safe.
Yeah.
What's up, my partner, Katanya? How's she doing? Appreciate it. But we are still looking out for you. So you're going to get your temperature taken, all that good stuff. We're not getting away from that. I know we're almost in stage 3, but, Mayor Brandon Scott, he still wants everybody. When it comes to a city building, we're still following protocol. So keep that in mind. Don't get mad at us because we're just looking out for you.
Just being safe. That's all.
That's all it is. So, Gray, guess what?
What, buddy?
NFL training camp starts next week.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about.
Football season is here, so we got lots to talk about. Got
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of jobs. We're getting ready to. I mean, folks, I can't tell you. We want normalcy, and normalcy would be seeing your happy, shiny faces again, even if they're not happy and shiny. Even if you're mad, maybe we can make you happy. But come see us. We got jobs. We got training, and we can't wait to see you.
Yep. Until next time, be safe.
All right, everybody, take care. Have a great day.